All right, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone had a good weekend. But we're back now, Monday, and ready to trade some stocks. If see any good setups today, we'll we'll look to attack today. So we do have a few good gappers this morning. You have PSTV here, former runner. Have some nice bullish factors here. You guys can see what stands out here. 388k float, extremely low. Short float's wrong there. I found a different source, had a high institutional ownership and a higher short float. So, trade is, didn't even have institutional ownership here for PSTV, but have a high, excuse me, we have a short, we have a low float here, high institutional ownership and high short float. So a lot of bullish factors here on PSTV. Let me see if we have SSR on. Nope, no SSR this morning on PSTV. This is a former runner. Has gone on it's a history of going on spikes. It did go on a recent one about a month ago, but this is going to be some overhead supply here on PSTV because we did go on a high volume day here. 16 million shares traded on this day. Did hit a high of 1672. Did hit over that on PSTV this morning. But I did mention this in the Discord chat. When you have a stock this low in float, yes, overhead resistance does matter, but if the right volume comes in, it doesn't matter as much as it would, let's say like a 5 million or a 6 million float stock, because it's the float so low, the spreads are wide, and this thing just moves on thin air, so it doesn't matter as much for me. You may have a different opinion, saying, Nick, you're wrong. All right, I could understand, but for me, I see these ones tend to don't really matter as much, the overhead supply on these really, really tiny micro floats. So yeah, it's kind of the deal with PSTV. So this morning, nice pre-market move. We had a nice gap from Friday on news. This was a awarded I think like 6 million or something like that, was awarded some money on PSTV. So we do have a headline there. Looking at the chart here, you're gonna have some support here around this like 1250 and where we kind of opened on up. So we could definitely see this thing pull on back at open, maybe a weak open, reclaim a $15 on PSTV. Are gonna have some support here as well at this $15 mark. You see $15 here, $15 here, and kind of like that $15 there. So that was kind of that resistance line here. Now gonna act as a new support. But I could definitely see us cracking this $15 line at open. So I'll be eyeing, a possible pullback here on PSTV. So what I'll be looking for is a short trap, a reclaim, and then push on PSTV. So I could definitely look to get long on some dips, or I could look for a possible reclaim to get long on PSTV. Want to see how it looks at open. Want to see the price action volume is looking before I get involved with it. But I'll definitely be looking for short traps to possibly get long on it if I do like the volume. I do like the level 2 and tape on PSTV this morning. So it's going to be my main watch, my main focus this morning. Most of my attention will be on this name. But other than that, let's see, AVDL. Now AVDL, we have a higher float here, 33 million. We do have a high amount of institutional ownership. So we do have a 50% institutional ownership here on AVDL. Let me just look real quick, make sure this has a headline. I believe it does. Yep. So we do have a headline here on AVDL. Let me see if it does have a history of running or not. So it doesn't have any sort of history of running, which I don't love too much on AVDL. It does have a high institutional ownership, and so far the pre-market baseline volume is pretty weak. So this one's gonna have to do much better volume. Gonna need to see some better volume out of this one. And you can see just on the tape, it's not really active there on the tape. So this one, we'll keep an eye on it. Like the institutional ownership, does have a news headline. So yeah, we'll see what this one does at open on AVDL. Other than that, VIVE, this was a reverse split, very low flow. I don't know if that's even right. It's so low, 170k. I don't know why it's different here from there. But someone did say this one has a really tiny float. It was a recent reverse split with 68% institutional ownership, 15% short float. So this one ever gets some momentum towards it, this thing can definitely rip. It's had a lot of reverse splits. You can't really look at the days because the the price is going to be so different on it because it had so many splits. So yeah, we'll see. Let's keep this one on the back burner. Not really any volume so far pre-market, but with a float that low, we can't take our eye off it. We got to keep an eye on this one. So let's see. Other than that, MNK, another one I want to go over real quick. MNK here. MNK higher, a little bit higher in float on MNK, but doing some good pre-market volume. 1.5 million shares traded pre-market. Very high short float. Someone pointed that out. Almost 70% short float, 100% institutional ownership. So you can definitely see some bigger hands start to cover on this one on MNK this morning. So this one's kind of like MDR. The float's really high, so it's gonna have to do high volume for this thing to really move. We saw MDR have some really nice range the past 2 trading days, even though it was close to 200 million in float. But the volume was so high on it that we were able to see it have some nice range. So same thing with MNK. This one's gonna have to do some really good volume for this thing to squeeze on up on MNK this morning. So definitely be keeping this one on watch as well. But main focus will be on PSTV today. Do like this one for possible move to the upside. So that's gonna be really it for the watch list. We don't really have any other than PSTV. We don't really have any game plans on any other plays because this is really the only one I'm super interested in this morning. So like I said, you'll be looking for a short trap on this one to possibly get long, or we'll be looking for a reclaim on PSTV this morning. So that's gonna be it for the watch. Yeah, Brian, this is 100% real time, 100% in real time. No 5-minute delay, nothing like that. Matt, I'll say when I get in. I always tell you guys when I enter and exit, and I always post my my charts in the Discord chat for every single trade. AVDL drop. So this one had a pretty big drop. Oh, this is the one that was halted. So I guess they had maybe missed trials or something like that on AVDL. I probably wouldn't look for any sort of get temp bounce. You kind of missed it already. I'd say this lower wick. Let me just see. That wick looks lower there. Oh, no, it was. Alright, so yeah, I would kind of say you missed the dip already. That $2 mark you see, hit that $2 mark, and then it bounced to like 260. So this was kind of that dead cat bounce dip. Now getting into it now would be a little bit more risky because we could definitely see this thing drop more at open. Mark's about to open in 5 minutes, so we could definitely see this go much lower, off of missed trials. So I'd kind of wait, maybe tomorrow, see where it's at tomorrow, maybe look for a bounce then. Yeah, like Dreambox said, I don't want anyone mirroring my trades. I'm here for you guys to learn from. And I don't really want anyone mirroring my trades. You should be self-sufficient. It's mirroring really doesn't work. I did do it back in the day too. When I first started trading, I tried mirroring guys, and it just doesn't work. You really want to be self-sufficient. Learn on your own. Trade on your own. You don't, follow others. Come to Arcade, yeah, Umon watch. Definitely keep those on the back burner. Thank you. Do I do market or limit orders? I do limit orders and I do use hotkeys. I'd say most of my trades I do limit orders, but yeah, I will do hotkeys in certain situations. George, good morning. So we got about 4 minutes. So definitely excited to see what's in store for today. I believe it's the last trading week of last full trading week of September. So right out of the gates, PSTV will be our main watch. I could also throw maybe MNK on the bottom level too for you guys. That was the one with the really high short flow percentage on MNK. You could see some bigger hands start to cover up on this one. All right, there we go. A little bit of a dip there on PSTV at open. Let me map out the levels here on trade ideas. So yeah, $15 support. But I could definitely see this thing breaching this $15 mark. But clear cut, you guys can see the previous resistance here. Now, I'm gonna try to act as new support, but you can see we're cracking right now. Just pretty close there from the current price. So I'd probably say this 1250 area be a good line to risk off any sort of dip. So we'll see how it holds on up. All right, we're about to open on up. Dreambox, I could do that. Something you could do, you could see the time of the scanners here. So when the scanner hits, it'll always pull up the time there. And you could also kind of see it up here too, but I could look into doing that. Alright, we are open here. Here's AVDL. It's the one with the higher institutional ownership. I had a micro float, 33 million there, and it doesn't have a history of running either. PSTV, definitely going to be interested in this one. Come down a little bit lower. There's M&K. A little bit of a quick little red to green move there. M&K. PSTV trying to get back over that 15. I would definitely prefer this one to have a little bit more of a pullback first, and then go on that move. So right now, just looking around, not in anything at the moment, but definitely looks like PSTV is trying to push here. Did get a little bit of a weak open there. Starting to reclaim. So going for 16 now. You see, bid side looks a little weak. Bid side looks a little weak on PSTV. Kind of hoping this thing does reject, pull back, and give us some lower opportunities. If it goes, good for PSTV, and good for anyone who did get in. We do have a seller there, 1590s, and just like I said, continuing to see just lack of bid side. Not really seeing much action there in the bid side. GHSI. And RBZ just turning into just a massive bag. Here's VIVE. This was the reverse split. 171K float. So really teeny float there. Let me throw this on the bottom level too, just to give it a look. Let's see. It doesn't get much smaller than that. I mean, the baseline volume is really poor, but it's so small to float that anything's really possible. There's that dip on PSTV. So this is kind of what we wanted to see here. So we do have some support back there at 1250, like I said. 1250 is kind of that line you kind of want to risk off of. Yeah, we do see this a lot. Oh, there's VIVE just getting destroyed. So let's see. Put MNK back on the bottom level too. MNK still testing that $3 line. RBZ continuing to oh, it's getting a little bit of bounce down. RBZ. So just watching PSTV here. Just keeping an eye on it. Did get some small there on PSTV 1390. Starting in small. Kind of anticipating this this reclaim. It could definitely come a little bit lower. You know, and still, you know, when you're anticipating something, you do want to go much smaller, and that's what I'm doing here on PSTV. Starting in small. And what I want to see is this $15 reclaim on PSTV for a push. Alright, let's see. M&K rejected the $3 line there. So I want to see the bid start to hold 14 now, some higher lows on PSTV. So we're going to start the push here. So we kind of formed a little bit of a base here at 1350. You can see, dip, held there, held there, held there. Now let's see if we can get over 14, start to put in some higher lows here. AVDL curling here. AVDL 460s now. So on confirmation on PSTV, I'll add. So on confirmation, I'll add on this one. See, we now formed the base here. So we kind of formed the base here at this 1350 mark. Confirmation would be, a volume increase, so a big nice volume bar there, and it would be a reclaim of that $15 line. AVDL just beasting, and we spoke about this one in pre-market. This high institutional ownership play. Nice little red to green move there on AVDL. 480s now. Now this is what I mean by short trap. This would be the short trap area here on PSTV. Right below view up. Kind of channeling between this $13.50, this $14 line All we need is volume to push in and a reclaim, and then we should be off to the races here on PSTV. Obviously, it's a little bit riskier getting in before any sort of reclaim on high volume. I always tell you guys that. A little bit of a crack here, so like we said, 1250 is kind of that last line on PSTV that I'll be willing to risk. So AVDL, I'm going to put that on the bottom level too, AVDL. So cracking here on PSTV, if we do crack 1250, yep, so do have to give it a little bit of a second here on PSTV. I'm still in, just giving it a little bit of a second here. So I am in pretty small here on PSTV. Only have 500 shares. Alright, so it did stop out there on PSTV, all out. So out of that one. Did take a little loss there on PSTV, and that's when you run the risk of looking for the dip without the reclaim on some of these plays. So take a little bit of a loss there on this morning on PSTV. Perfectly fine. I stuck to my game plan. Said I was gonna look for a possible washout this morning. Risking off that 1250 line on PSTV. Like the former runner, 300K float, high institutional ownership, high short float. So I had a lot of bullish factors towards it. Just couldn't get that volume push, couldn't get that reclaim, and stopped out for a loss. And like I said, I knew what I was getting myself into. Buying the dip without waiting for a reclaim. And I'm proud of myself for not going big on it. I knew what I was doing was a little bit riskier. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And this case, it didn't work out in my favor, and I took a loss. I'm perfectly fine. I know my statistics. I know I'm going to win 7 out of 10 trades. And, I'm not mad at all. I don't get mad, and I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get flustered. I'm just going to move on. See if we have any other potential plays, setting on up. AVDL looking like the play of the morning. AVDL looking like the play of the morning. And I kind of slept on this one a little. I was more focused on PSTV. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Nice. A lot of you guys are in AVDL. Very nice. Yeah. And that was the play this morning. AVDL. PSTV dumped on off. And AVDL got the momentum towards it. Off that nice little red to green move. Pretty straight up move so far though. So we wouldn't be able to get in here. We need to wait for some sort of pullback. George, yeah, me too. I took around like a $600 loss myself on PSTV. Nice. I like seeing you guys kill it on AVDL. I like seeing you guys kill it. If PSTV could ever reclaim, ever get some more volume towards it, I could always look for it again. Could always look for it again. But right now, I'm gonna wait for my. If I'm gonna trade it again, I'm gonna have to wait for more confirmation. I'm not gonna be trying to time this bounce. I'm not gonna be trying to time this dip. I'll be waiting for a volume confirmation on higher lows on PSTV. It's always a smart option. Wait for the volume confirmation. Wait for the higher lows, and then attack. Looking for dips, looking for bounces. Yes, it could work, but it's more of a riskier entry. Let's see, MDR. MDR kind of forming this ascending triangle pattern here on MDR. So I had this huge red candle here. A little bit of a bounce. Yeah. I was getting the call. Who's this is? So yeah, we'll see if this could hold the $5 line on AVDL. Guys, news is not everything. I've seen stocks run thousands of percent on no news. Volume and price action is king and queen, in my opinion, of trading. So you can have a stock run on the shittiest news. It could run on bad. I've seen stocks run on bad earnings and just destroy short. So, always be careful on that. I know a lot of traders, will trade on news, and I know, you'll see stocks run on great news catalysts, but there will be times where you'll see stocks run on BS news, and sometimes run on no news. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying to disregard the news. I'm just saying that you'll see stocks run on poor news. NTWK, ABEO. ABEO, nice bounce on ABEO. There's PSTV kind of cracking a little bit here. Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect example right there. ABO had bad news, and it's up. Yeah, penny stocks are weird like that. As long as they have the right volume, they'll go. Yeah, the whole narrative of penny stocks are trash. Short everything that's up. That whole narrative is gone now. People are losing a lot of money doing that. Eventually it'll come back to reality, but you gotta be patient and wait for that. So yeah, if PSTV cracks 12 here, it's probably no longer in play for any sort of move to the upside for me. C Street, yeah, we'll see, man. You still got to remember what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a micro float, 300K, high institutional, high short float. You can't really count these ones out. I've seen crazy things happen before. That's why I went for the bounce play on this one. I really liked it this morning. Had a lot of bullish factors towards it. Well, I just couldn't get that. Just couldn't get that volume push towards it. So we'll move this line back to 12. Move that back to 12. How's MNK doing? MNK, let's see. MNK fading. MNK fading. Couldn't get over that $3 line. So let's see. Right at this $12 line, and looks like we are cracking here. So kind of disappointing morning on PSTV. Kind of disappointing on this play. So can't really get involved with it until we build higher lows and see better volume. That's the deal with this one. Gotta wait for the volume confirmation. Gotta wait for the higher low confirmation. If we tried to time the bottom on it, it's tough. AVDL over 3. So nice bounce there on AVO. Almost going green. TRPX. Opinion on AVDL. To be honest, I was so focused on PSTV this morning, I didn't really pay as much attention as I should have to AVDL. You know, just looking at it, it looked like it definitely looked like it soaked that 425 level pretty well there this morning. You know, soaked that pretty well this morning on 425. Nice red to green move. I mean, the volume on isn't crazy. The baseline volume isn't anything crazy. You know, 300k bar there. Let's see. You know, holding. See if it holds this 475 level. I'd probably say like this 450 line. Say front side's above this 450 line. So if anything, this was previous resistance. Let's see if it acts as new support. So I would say this 450 line, you probably want to see that line hold on AVDL. So if buying dips, you could risk off that 450 line. If you want to give it some more wiggle room, 425. So any dip buys, I would say you could risk off this line. Want to give it some more room, I would say 425. As far as shorting it, I probably wouldn't get involved with it. You know, just a high institutional. You know, looks like it's at all-time highs. Is it at all-time highs? No, it's not at all-time highs, but yeah, I wouldn't be shorting something with this. Above 50% institutional, it gets very tricky. You know, we saw it with T2. Saw it with T2 at 50%, and we saw it with what is it? Euros, yeah. So our Euros, kind of that same float, range. I meant same institutional range, so it gets tricky. We got Poseidon still in PSTV. So I'm still seeing a lot of traders, you know, have the same idea with me. A lot of traders like it. I still like it on PSTV. Just can't getting in here is kind of gambling a little bit. You know, it already cracked once, kind of cracked the second line. You know, I gotta wait for higher lows. Gotta wait for volume. If I do see the higher lows and I do see the volume, I'll reattack it. What time we got? It's 10:05. Yeah, I kind of went over AVDL. You know, I'm not in love with this volume it's doing. Not in love with the volume it's doing. Uh, at the same time, it's still a high institutional ownership on AVDL, so it's not something I would look to short because these ones very trappy. They could really sneak up on you. So for me, since I don't like the volume, and it has a high institutional ownership, probably going to just avoid it. That's what I'm gonna do on AVDL. I mean, if you want to long it, I said the line you want to risk off would probably be his 450 line, or if you want to give some more wiggle room, 425. Those are my thoughts on AVDL. If you're in it right now, you want to see $5 reclaim. You don't want to see this continuous rejection of $5, a bearish sign. So right now you would want to see this thing get over 5. You don't want to see it soaking stuff with 5. That'd be a bearish sign. There's AVDL reclaiming 5. Let's see if 5's gonna base now. See if $5 is gonna base. Now I should really go back and look. I remember the intraday chart the last time I played PSTV, and it kind of did something similar to this. It had like an 11 o'clock squeeze. Let me see if I have the old chart on PSTV. I feel like I definitely took a picture of it. Let me see. Guess I don't have it, but can look. AVDL still holding view up, still holding that view up mark. PXX seeing some shippers pop up here and there. Getting close to the like October, November time where we see shippers start to run. Poseidon did that last time. He was in a trade, had good patience the whole time, and then he got out and it ran like 5 minutes later. Hope it doesn't happen again to him now. I'd feel really bad. PSTV's a little bit of a volume rev here. A little bit of a volume rev. Let's see, big ask here. Let's see if we can take out some sides here. Did pick up some small there, guys. Picked up some at 12.50 on PSTV. See volume slowly increasing. Still in small, still waiting for like my big ad if we get it there on PSTV. Definitely want to hold above this 12.50 line now. I don't want to see us black below 12. So I want to see 12.50 continue to hold. And looks like we did stuff there. So all out there in PSTV. I'm done with this play. Big stuff move there. I'm calling it a day, guys. Calling it a day. Big stuff move there. Hard to read on this play. Really hard to read on this one. Volume started to increase there. Starting to increase in volume there, but just big seller stepped in and started unloading there on PSTV. Just the there's some bad reads on it, on PSTV. You kind of get a little enticed by the float, the 300K float, big move that's gone on in the past. I made money on it in the past, and got a little greedy on it, but at the same time, I didn't get killed on it because I was going small. Yeah, so right now, guys, I'm down on the day. I'm down about $1,400, so I'm down on the day. I did take 2 losses on the day. Had a strong week last week. Had a strong week before. So far, September is a green month for me, and today's looking like a red day for me. Not every day is gonna be a green winning day. It's a part of trading. I'm gonna take some losses. Like I said, the thing I'm happy about is that I was going into these trades smaller, knowing that I'm anticipating something, and that's something that I got to work on. I got to work on cutting some of those trades out. Sometimes you get a little enticed by the float, the potential it has, and bites you in the butt a little bit. But here's what it is. So right now it's 10:20. I'm done for the day. After that trade, I'm calling it a day. So I'm probably gonna give the stream maybe another 10 minutes for any questions if you guys want to ask. What Nick? Why'd you get in there? What happened on PSTV? Any questions like that? Feel free to ask. No, guys, you don't have to feel sorry for me at all, guys. I'm completely fine. I know I'll bounce back. It's gonna happen. It's a part of trading. I've been doing this for 3 years. I know how it works. You can't be right 100% of the time. I was on a pretty good hot streak too. I can't even remember the last time I had like a pretty large loss. I mean, it's not even that large, but I can't remember the last time I had a pretty big loss. I have to go back and look at my trades. Exactly, guys. The ebbs and flows of the market, Not every day is going to be a green day. You're going to take losses as part of the business. For AVDL, I'd be looking for like a 400 or 500K bar. Yep, price matters. For a $14 stock, stock block, you'd need less volume bars. Patrick, yeah, thank you. Yeah, you guys remember I had 10K day, 2 weeks ago. So if you guys look at my losses versus my wins, my losses are much smaller than my gains. So that's when you know you're doing something right. Keeping minimizing your losses. Risk management is huge in trading, and that's how you'll survive in this business. Having minimizing your losses. Patrick, how you decide to stay out for the rest of the day? I got a little flustered. Once I got a little bit of flustered after that loss, I closed it out. I closed it out. I closed out of my broker. Once you get a little bit flustered, you kind of turn into you get a little bit emotional, and once you realize that you're getting a little emotional, that's dangerous. Emotional traders are dangerous traders. So I closed it up. I'm done. And actually, I do have some issue trading. Over $10 and under $1 are my worst trades. Statistically wise, I don't trade over $10 that well. I don't trade under $1 that well. Thank you guys. Yeah. It's funny. A lot of you guys say you learn better from when I have losing days, which I like that. I want you guys to see the struggles and when I do well. It's good to also know your self weaknesses too. Good point there, Stockblock. Yeah, it could be just I just don't have as well of a read on some of these over $10 plays because maybe the spread's a little bit larger. The volume's a little bit different. Same with the under $1 plays. They're tighter ranged. Thicker traded. So honestly, like I don't even honestly losing, winning, honestly doesn't even matter for me. As long as I stuck to my game plan, as long as I stuck to my rules and I didn't break rules, I'm happy. To me, that's more important. Hedo, any tips for holding winners longer? Yeah, I would say that's actually something that will come in time and experience. That was something I struggled with too early on. Holding my winners out a little bit longer. Certain players you'll know they have potential, and most of them will be lower floats. So maybe like something like a PSTV. This thing, if it ever got volume and momentum towards it, you know something like this would have more potential than maybe something like AVDL. Maybe this one wouldn't have as much potential to run $7-8 quicker, because the float's gonna limit it a little bit. Just having targets in mind is gonna help. So each time you get into a trade, have a sell target, have a stop loss, and always take profits along the way. Can't stress that enough. Maybe have two targets in mind. A safety target, and then maybe if this one has more potential, have a little bit of a higher target on that second exit. Do I play poker? A little bit. I don't play a lot, but I play poker here and there. All right, so it's 10:30. I'll probably give it like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Make sure you're always journaling your day. We're like athletes. Athletes always watch film on how they play. Same with us. We should really be evaluating our performances, journaling our days, seeing when we did well, seeing when we did poorly. That's how you're gonna grow as a trader. Evaluating yourself, evaluating your performance. You're having a trading journal. I have a trading journal, and I write in every day. Now, you can't get lazy doing this. It's not good enough just to sit here every day. Watch the streams, be in Discord. You really gotta be putting in the extra work. Journaling your trades, tracking your trades. Evaluating the market. Understanding market conditions, what's working well, what's not working. Yeah, Casper, that's a great point there. It's actually funny. I was talking to about Alex. I'm actually pretty good at poker. I when I play with my buddies, I'll win most of the time, and I'll tell them, I'm like, yeah, I think a lot of my trading transfers over to poker. So, when I have time, I play. I enjoy playing. Patrick, thank you. Thanks for tuning in, and happy you got something out of the stream. All right, so we got like 3 more minutes. So, any last questions, you guys feel free to ask. Thank you, Trading Pennies, for being here. Nice, Matt. Congrats on the profits. Uh, hopefully you met your target. You didn't get wicked out and you took profit just because you got nervous. If you stuck to your plan, it was a good trade. It's good to think of trades and risk reward. Did I meet 2 to 1 on this trade? Did I meet 3 to 1 on this trade? Instead of profit wise, yeah, profits are very nice and all, but it's good to see if you're sticking to your risk reward targets and meeting them. Hey man, so that's good. You're learning from it. It's always good to stick to your plan and see the trade through. A lot of times, you want to stick through it. Trust in your plan, trust in your trading thesis, and don't get wicked out and stick to that stop target. Because if you have a good plan, you have a good thesis. Odds are probably in your favor. If you have a good conviction, a good plan on the trade, and most of the time it will work out for you. And then there'll be that time where it didn't work out for you. So always stick to your stop. PSTV will set a high day this afternoon. Definitely possible. It's definitely possible. It could make a giant curl later on in the day, but I'm done with it. If it does, good job PSTV, and good job for anyone who banks on it. I'll definitely be watching on the sidelines, but got a little flustered on it. Recognize that, and I closed it down. And I'm gonna be done for the day. Let's see. If I had to give an opinion, I would probably say no. If I had to say it's gonna reclaim, I'd probably say no. I feel like that would have happened either here or either here on PSTV, and just the price action and volume were just absolute garbage. Like Ricky said, Ricky was the smarter trader today, and he recognized that the price action and volume wasn't there, and he avoided. He knew it, and that's where his experience comes in. Ricky's been trading for I think 20, 30 years, he said. And he recognized that we was a smarter trader today. He didn't anticipate and going small like I did, and worked out in his favor. It's what 20 years are gonna get you. I've been doing this for 3 years, over 3 years now, and it's something I got to work on. Maybe cutting out some of these anticipation trades. That's where greed kind of comes in a little bit, and that's something I got to work on. And I know that. I know my weaknesses. It's good if you guys know your weaknesses as well. But all right, I'm gonna answer like another question or two, and I'm gonna wrap it up. I'll look at cool for you. All right, cool. For a day trade, I would say no. Means up in the top right hand corner of the chart here. So not something you wanna, for me, I wouldn't be interested in something like this for a long, maybe a first red day short on cool. I mean, you're buying the top here if you're getting in the cool now. It's gone up from $3 to $6, 100% move in the past 2-3 weeks. So risky getting involved with something like that. So maybe like a first red day short if I'm looking at it. I can't recommend anyone to chase. So. Actually, a lot of you guys are hopping off, so probably gonna ask like one more question and then wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys learned, you got something out of it. Hope you guys are learning from my mistakes, my red days, my green days. Just getting something out of it, getting some value out of the stream. That's what it's all about. Let's see, AVDL. Yep, AVDL cracking that 450 line. just never saw the volume on this one. Since this push, maybe the red the green move could have got long there, but ever since up here, just wasn't seeing enough volume, so wasn't interested in looking for a trade on it. And I like trading stocks below 10 million in float. I'll answer this last question. What SMA lines do you use? I'll just go over what indicators I use. For intraday charts, I'll use VWAP and I'll use the 72 and the 89 EMA for the 1 minute time frame and the 3 minute time frame. And then for the daily chart, I'll use the 13 EMA, the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. So those are the indicators I use. And I don't trade solely off them. I use them as guides. But alright, I see a lot of you guys are hopping off. It's 10:40, kind of coming out to the end of the morning. I'm not really seeing any other plays to moving right now. So once again, hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. Appreciate you guys tuning in, each and every day. It really means a lot to me. And I'll see you all on Discord, and I'll be back at it again tomorrow. First thing tomorrow, back on the stream. And I'll be looking for some more trades tomorrow if we get some good setups. So once again, hope you guys all enjoyed. Peace.